And going through warm-ups, trying to get into a little groove here before the tip-off. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony, Hall of Famer Doris Burke, and another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge, from the sidelines. On Monday, then on Saturday.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Collier out there with Nelson, and it's Smith, then there's Wallace, and it's Thomas in at the small forward. They've got Pope, he's out there with Davis. Jefferson is out there with Lewis. And with a few games in the books, Greg, what's the key for coaches during this part of the season?
And Kevin, if I were a head coach, I'd be trying to nail down my best five. NBA games are mostly decided in that final 3 or 4 minutes, so I want to know who I can trust when it matters most. Here we go.
Now Davis. Here's Cordero. Down low. And Davis can't get it to go. And so here are the Wildcats. Thomas passes to Collier. Stolen by Lewis. Right side Jefferson. Pass to Pope. Outside Davis. Now here's Jefferson. Here's Pope from deep. Hands it from downtown.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It's all about mindset out of the gate. If you're aggressive and they give you room, go ahead, let it fly.
Now here's Wallace. 9 points last game out. Nelson sets a screen for Smith. It's Nelson atop the key. Thomas, it's a wide open look. The basket good off the assist from Nelson.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Now here's Davis. Inside, here's Jefferson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now here's Wallace. Back to Thomas. They set the pick. Over Jefferson. Buried from 15 feet out. Thomas got 5 now.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Here's Cordero. And Lewis has it in the corner.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Team foul.
First trip to the line for him here.
Lewis.
The first free throw is good. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. The Wildcats have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Nelson kicks to Thomas. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Lock at 6. Here's Collier. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet.
That's the idea. You work the ball into that area. It's a sweet spot.
Davis, the pass to Lewis. Jefferson with it. Now Thomas defending. It's Jefferson with the drive. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
And this is why you get the ball into his hands. Let him establish the pace and rhythm of the game.
Now here's Thomas. 9 points last game. Nelson outside. Back to Smith. Pass to Wallace. On deep. And that one is off. Gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Cordero. Here's Pope. No good with the triple. Smith feeling it out a bit. Outside Thomas. Smith with a screen on Jefferson. Jefferson against Thomas. Smith outside. Thomas up top. Defended by Jefferson. Smith with a wide open look. A three-pointer, no good. Here's Davis. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Smith against Davis. And here's Smith. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Here's Thomas. The layup off target. Got 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Lewis kicks to Jefferson. Drills it from outside. Jefferson's got 5.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Thomas passes to Smith. Thomas sets a screen for Smith. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
First personal foul.
With this chance, let's show you the league's most intimidating shot-blocking defenses from last season.
And that defensive reputation has value in and of itself. I mean, by the end of the season, teams were afraid to take the ball inside.
Gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Who is outside? Outside Jefferson. To the middle. A steal. Smith outside. Moss, the pass to Thomas. They need this. Good on the three-point shot.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Davis with it.
Remaining in the first 2 minutes.
Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
The bodyguard passes to Moss. And here is Thomas. Over Pope. Thomas's shot is off.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the Wildcats. They trail by 7. Pass to Smith. Back to Thomas. Plenty of space. And he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. Thomas got 7 points.
Boy, you love what this guy is doing right now. He's taking smart shots, shooting a high percentage, starting to cook.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Both teams making some changes here. Gone 7 of 9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. To the paint. Here's Carey. It's good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Down low. Shoot from the right block. Howard can't hit. Gone 8 of 10 shooting, coming out very strong. Jacks up a 3. Cordero can't make the shot, can't get it to go. Wallace outside. 23 seconds left to play in the first. To the left wing, from past the arc, gets it to go from beyond the arc. 16 seconds left in the first quarter. Over to the wing. Here's McNeil. Beats the buzzer!
Wow! Yeah, that's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
Great awareness in crucial situations. Nicely done.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Up by 7. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
With confidence, 50% from the field so far. So on the floor for the Wildcats. Howell out there with Wallace. And it's Boomer. And it's Samuels in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Moss. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. He's got 5.
Boy, completely caught his man off guard by going to the reverse. That's one way to make sure the shot doesn't get blocked.
Bolton passes to King. There's McNeil. Pass to Cordero. And here is King. Here's Holton. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Here are the Wildcats. It's a 5-point game. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. Here's Moss. Pass to Howell. Inside. Second chance shot, and it's good on the way in.
What energy on the offensive boards. The defense can't match the effort, and they paid the price.
Here's Cordero. Here's McNeil. DJ dishes to McNeil. That 3 off the mark. The Wildcats have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. They set the pick. Here's Moss. Missed inside. It has been just outrageous 64% from the field to this point. Hammers the alley-oop through. Greg, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it.
Gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Stolen. And here we go. Fast break. Wallace has got it. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Pass to Cordero. Here's McNeil. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. The Wildcats call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get dehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Outside, Jones. Pass to Macy. Fires the three. Jones, no luck. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Jefferson on top. 5 points in the game. And it's Pope missing. The Wildcats have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Left side, Jones. Driving inside. And he banks in the layup.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Here's Cordero. Defended by Macy. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Moss, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line for the Wildcats, Moss taking 2 shots.
Shoot 2. No good on that one. So for the Wildcats, Collier, he's checked in for Macy. And Thomas subbed in for Jones. And he sinks the second. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Miami. Now here is Davis. Tight defense on him. He lobs it up.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Now, here's Thomas for the three. Lewis grabs the board. To the inside, picked off in midair. Fast break, here they come. And the jumper off target to finish the break. Got a piece of it. Moss, he's guarded by Davis. Here's Hollis Jefferson, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Second personal foul.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
At the line for the Wildcats, Hollis Jefferson. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Hollis Jefferson. So he gets them both.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Here's Davis. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. The Wildcats have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Jefferson against Wallace. Wallace with the screen on Davis. Nelson, right side. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Wallace. From downtown. And Davis pulls it down. shooting an impressive 65%, having their way with this defense. Here's Pope. Shoots over Hollis Jefferson. And it's good off the back rim and in. Pope's got his second bucket of the night. And 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively. Nelson kicks to Thomas. To the middle. It's stolen by Jefferson. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Now here is Smith. There's the screen. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
It's his first trip to the line.
Troy Thomas taking 2 shots.
That one is off. Wildcats making a switch here. Collier's checked in. He hits the second from the line. Gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Davis, the pass to Pope. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got 4 assists in the game.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Nelson outside. Pass to Thomas. 56 seconds left to play here in the half. Nelson with it. Puts up a 3. Connects from three-point range.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Here's Pope. 8 points for him. Back to Davis. Pass to McNeil. And here is Lewis. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Pope. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Wildcats have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Here's Smith. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Shooting for the Wildcats. Smith. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Second free throw, no good. Lewis outside. It's Davis on the wing. It's good. Hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And we are not going to halftime.
The previous play is under review.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up. And even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
The ruling on the floor is overturned.
They're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you got to use it.
And that does it for the first half of play. Up by 8. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
And thank you for joining us, as with 2 quarters in the books, it's looking good. Swerving off topic for a moment, I need you guys to weigh in on this. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, man, it's a hot dog. Cheese, it's right there in the name.
Well, it's got meat, correct?
Right.
It has bread.
Right.
Isn't that what it takes to make a sandwich?
Stuff between bread?
That's not how it works. Every summer they have a hot dog eating contest, not a sandwich eating contest. They're different.
I really feel
a good point.
sandwiched between two great debaters. And now, guys, it's time to talk about that challenging first half for the Wildcats.
To me, it starts with their effort. They have to become more active defensively to prevent easy look shot.
Yeah, the only way to slow down a team with good scores is to disrupt their rhythm. Otherwise, you can fire up that barbecue.
Man, that was 1987 all over again.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. One guy has been getting it done as magician.
What a welcome surprise that first half. Went above and beyond his usual scoring output.
A huge bonus. Boy, when he's contributing like this, it makes everything easier for his team.
Pretty well at 46% from the floor. Pope is out there with Davis. Then it's Lewis, and it's the closer. And that's who Mark Daignault starts the second half. Wallace, the pass to Smith. Thomas against Jefferson. Thomas dishes to Smith. Pass to Collier. The alley-oop, and it's blocked by Lewis. Down low, Cordero. Good D by Nelson. And it's Nelson with the ball, bringing it up now for the Wildcats. Trailing here by 8. And it's good for 2. Thomas got the first basket of the third quarter for the Wildcats. Being an impressive 65% having their way with this defense. Pass to Pope. The 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now here is Smith. Back to Wallace. Nelson sets a screen for Wallace. Smith outside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
.90 seconds now into the second half. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas, and Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 5 rebounds tonight.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. The Wildcats have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Nelson outside. Outside Thomas. Back to Nelson. Smith outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Thomas. Lets it go with a 3. Again, Thomas missing.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
Second personal foul, first team foul.
With this pause in the action, let's show you the teams that have scored the most points in the league last season.
Lewis.
You love when you get these two teams together. Just an absolute shootout because both of them can put up a ton of points.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Lewis. And both free throws good for Lewis. And they've got time, Greg, to chip away at this lead.
Yeah, still lots of time, but they have to play smart if they want to erase this deficit.
Now here's Wallace. The basket good off the assist from Nelson.
The assist.
Nelson's got his third assist on the night. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Davis finds Jefferson. Here's Pope. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Pope's got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, everyone is getting to their spots and then capitalizing. 3 for 4 in the quarter. Beautiful.
Wallace, the pass to Smith. Nelson with a screen on Davis. Davis against Smith. Pass to Wallace. Shot clock at 6. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas, and Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 6 rebounds in the game.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
I'll tell you, a rough quarter for him, and that puts so much pressure on the guys around him. Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
A pretty brutal 29% since the break. Now Smith. Pass to Collier. And here is Thomas, defended by Jefferson. Now, here is Nelson. Wallace left side. Bucket is good. Wallace has got 6.
He is too good a mid-range shooter to leave him that open.
Davis kicks to Lewis. Here's Pope. 13 points in the game. Now here's Davis.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Wildcats. 15-point game. Pass to Wallace. Back to Smith. Nelson with a screen on Davis. Here's Smith. It's rebounded by Jefferson.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that. And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year Draymond Green says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake thinking they can put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but with their defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
Got the 1-2 punch, as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. DA thanks. Wildcats making a switch here. Howell, guarded by Davis. Chandler, the pass to Howell. For 3, Nelson, and it's blocked by Lewis. Throws it up high.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
On the wing, Chandler. Back to Nelson. Here's Collier. Pass to Howell. Offline with his three. Got nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That's his third foul of the game. So for the Wildcats, Hollis Jefferson comes in for Collier. And Mullen subbed in for Chandler. To the wing right side.
2 minutes.
Nelson kicks to Howe. Inside. A rebound by Carey.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
Now here's Davis. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Here's Howell. 1:24 left in the third quarter. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Shooting 71% 0-0 in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. Tries from 7, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. McNeil's got his third basket of the night right there. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pass to Howell. Here's Nelson. Beyond the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Nelson's got 6.
Well, the defense daring him to shoot, and he makes them pay for their disrespect.
Outside, Davis. Here's Holton. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. To the paint. Nelson, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. The shot, no good. Got 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. Pass to Carey. With the shot, he squares up and sinks it. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Delivering the blowout. And we'll return shortly. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. So on the floor for the Wildcats, Hollis Jefferson is out there with Macy, and it's Howell in at the 1 spot. And Macy kicks to Howell. Every year, Doris, the NBA has a few points of emphasis they want to make. Anything you'd like to see emphasized?
Yeah, I think, Kevin, one thing that has to happen is we have got to give the defense a greater chance to succeed. We've tilted the game too heavily in the offense's favor, meaning too often at the rim there's foul shots given for marginal contact. I think the defense has got to become more involved in the outcome of games.
The ball with incredible accuracy, 68% so far. Here's McNeil. And yes, it's good.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Samuel. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Second team foul. At the line for the Wildcats.
Free throw good from Samuel. Wildcats making a switch here. Macy's checked in. So Samuels nails them both. And here is King. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. McNeil passes to Holton. No good from outside.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
Here's Howell. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
King, the pass to Steele. Back to King. Here's McNeil. Here's Carey. Drills the three-pointer.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Pass to Howell. Now here's Hollis Jefferson. Greg, we see the NBA fining players for certain actions or statements.
Multiple offenders are always going to be under the microscope, Kevin. Sometimes they end up playing into those expectations, so those punishments can appear a bit skewed.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Thomas checked in for Mason. Gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Jefferson kicks to Lewis. Right wing. Outside, Davis. Pass to Jefferson. Here's Cordero. It's deflected. Moss, the pass to Samuels. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Davis.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it. And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Davis dishes to Jefferson. Pass to Pope. Shoots over Collier, and it's Pope missing.
Going for that shot in that situation is something that isn't going to help the offense.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop.
And the league trying to get a bit more competition in the All-Star game. You got any ideas there?
Well, cash prizes seem to work well for the in-season tournament. Even a little something might help up the ante just a bit.
Here's Collier. Smith kicks to Thomas. On the clock. Nelson outside. Three-pointers off the mark.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Fades and shoots. And it's rebounded by Cordero. Gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the fourth. Wildcats making a switch here. Wallace is checked in.
Homer Wallace.
Here's Pope. Here's Cordero. Jefferson finds Davis. Jefferson. Nelson with the rebound.
Timeout, Wildcats.
Nelson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And the Wildcats call time here. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and And you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
The lift he got from this home crowd has been obvious. There's nothing fans love more than getting a big game out of someone other than one of their stars. The Wildcats have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Howell passes to Wallace. Here's Howell. Over Davis. And there's a whistle. That goes on the bodyguard. That's his third foul of the game. And so here's the home team. Davis looking for an opening. And he makes good on the layup. And that's 15 points for Magician.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Pass to Wallace. The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible.
Pass to Cordero. Here's Pope. The three. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient.
Here's Howell. Back to Thomas. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
He got a little ahead of himself there trying to pull the team even.
That's a big miscue, and you hate to see that happen at this point in the game.
Here's McNeil. Driving in. Can't get it to fall. In the fourth quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. To end the cold streak, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
An incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
Hey, guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Back to King. This one for 3. And no good. The Wildcats have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Greg, a lot of parity around the NBA. Fans like that.
That's a great question, Kevin. And there are trade-offs, but as a league, you've got to foster competition and live with the results. And the reality is, it doesn't feel better when there are more teams that have a legitimate chance to win it all.
And he's good on the second.
Boy, he'd sure like to have that miss back. Hard to chip away at a lead when you're leaving freebies at the line.
Davis, the pass to Jefferson.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
First team foul. Wildcat substitution. Number 14, Eddie Howell.
1:37 left in the game. Davis with the bucket.
You know, he hasn't taken as many shots tonight, but they're still ahead, and that means his teammates are delivering.
Howell passes to Nelson. Here's Collier. Here's Howell. He's guarded by Davis. Thomas goes in. Count it.
Well, great possession there. Anytime you end up at the rim with a high percentage look, perfect.
Davis dishes to Jefferson. And Jefferson gets double teamed. Here's Pope. Misses the three. And here's Wallace. He'll bring it up for the Wildcats. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Second personal foul.
And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
2 shots.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls in the rules,
there will be 2 minutes to review the play.
fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews. So
After review, the ruling on the floor is overturned.
hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Pope. Thomas with the steal. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Wallace the pass to Thomas. Here's Howell. Thomas deciding where to go with it. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas.
Substitution on the court.
And the home team has possession. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Davis with it. Off target. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a critical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. And now, our player of the game.